Every day we get tons of messages, posts, tweets, and emails from you asking us your health questions. So today we decided to answer a few of them. We've got a massive collection of all your questions here. So let's look at that swollen photo. Drew, this person writes to us, I got filler in my tear troughs about 6 months ago, but whenever I get allergies and puffy eyes, my tear troughs swell like crazy. Is this normal?
Well, if you two have not seen it yet, you're probably going to see it at some point. You know, these so-called tear troughs, the area below the bags in your eyes is one of the most popular areas to get filled with fillers. What it does by filling below, your bags are going to look a lot better. In this case, this could be an infection or it could be just an inflammatory reaction. She says that it comes and goes when she gets allergic symptoms, what may be related to her sinuses, and just the fact that when we carry edema, we carry it in the lids.
Now, is this area particularly risky? Because the skin there, it's so thin.
It's the thinnest skin of the body. So the good news in a case like this, if you've had filler put in, actually you can dissolve it with hyaluronidase, which breaks down the hyaluronic acid.
When that happens, you're like, I'm melting.
Exactly. Sometimes you've got to melt the good stuff.
Well, it's also, I think, just another thing to be aware of. If you're going to get a filler, go to someone who knows exactly what they're doing and make sure that they're doing it in a place that is safe and appropriate. I want to move on to a Snapchat video. How about the one that we're seeing down there on the right? Let's take a look.
How often is too often for diarrhea? I feel like I never get regular. Is this something I should worry about?
Well.
Ooh, that was a 5 poo emoji alarm right there.
We need to make a distinction here between diarrhea, profound acute diarrhea that people can get, as opposed to loose stools, which for some folks can just be the way their stools are. And I always ask people, okay, well, this diarrhea you're describing, how is it different? And that's when we worry as doctors. When all of a sudden things are extremely different, why are they different? But it sounds like this is her baseline.
I mean, it's a lot.
This is your end of the...
As an internal medicine doc, we're all about that poo. That's what we do.
It's important.
And it all rolls downhill to us because we're not super specialists. So what ends up happening, people come in and they say, oh, I have this, and then you ask some questions, you develop a relationship, you realize, oh, they've been having this exactly forever and ever and ever. You really want to dig into the questions. Have they been traveling? Has there been a change in diet? Are there any other symptoms that make you think they have an inflammatory disease, like Crohn's or inflammatory bowel disease, or IBS, a sort of functional bowel disorder?
Medications.
Medications.
I mean, like you said, what have you been eating? Have you changed something? I mean, food allergies can lead to chronic diarrhea as well.
And people who are gluten intolerant obviously will get that, and people who worry about gluten intolerance, even though they're not, will get it from worrying.
Stress. Like exactly what you said. Right. Stress may be the etiology too.
I've become a big fan for people who feel as though their bowel movements aren't quite up to snuff, so to speak. So maybe, look, and I'm not talking about acute changes, I'm talking about someone who for years, maybe their bowels are a little bit loose. Trying dietary changes, going through, working in partnership, Healthcare 3.0 with your doctor, trying elimination diets. You can even try adding insoluble fiber and see if that bulks things up. Because a lot of times we're seeing that it's just the way the foods that we're eating, quite frankly, in today's society are not necessarily the foods that our guts appreciate the most.
Well, this covenant that you're talking about, I like to think of it as the poo deal, where we really are, we're saying, look, it's the whole person. So a lot of times this influences the gut. There's so many neurons in the gut that when your brain is out of whack, when you're nervous, when you're anxious, like, I don't know, coming on a show for the first time. I'm not guaranteeing I haven't had an accident. I'm just saying it can happen.
It can happen. Yeah. And you know what? It's not about you. It's all about the poo.